Have you ever felt like the financial system is a game rigged against you? You work hard, you save diligently, but your wealth just doesn't seem to grow. Well, you're not wrong. Today, we're uncovering the money secrets that banks hope you never discover. In 2025, the rules of money have changed, and it's time you learned them. First, let's talk about your savings account. Banks offer you a tiny interest rate, often less than 1%, while they lend out your money for mortgages, car loans, and credit cards at much higher rates. Meanwhile, inflation, which has been hovering around 3%, is silently eating away at the value of your hard-earned cash. So that money sitting in your savings account? It's actually losing purchasing power every single day. The bank gets richer using your money while you get poorer. Second, banks are designed to sell you products, not to provide you with the best financial solutions. They'll push their own mutual funds, credit cards, and loans, which often come with high fees and commissions. Their primary goal is to maximize their profit, not yours. The truly wealthy know this. They hire independent fiduciary advisors who are legally obligated to act in their best interest, not the banks. And what about those hidden fees? Overdraft fees, account maintenance fees, transfer fees. They all add up. In the last 5 years alone, U.S. banks have raked in billions from overdraft fees. It's a system designed to penalize you for being financially vulnerable. So, how do you break free? It starts with a mindset shift. Stop just saving and start investing. In 2025, building wealth means putting your money to work in diversified portfolios, stocks, real estate, and maybe even alternative assets. It means building multiple streams of income so you're not reliant on a single paycheck. It means educating yourself and achieving financial literacy because the greatest investment you can make is in your own knowledge. Don't let the banks dictate your financial destiny. It's time to take control, to understand the real rules of money, and to build a future of true financial freedom. The secrets are out. The question is, what will you do with them? Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered what's really going on behind those polished marble counters at your bank? You deposit your hard-earned money, you trust them to keep it safe, but are they really on your side? What if I told you that the entire banking system is designed to make them rich, not you? Today, we're pulling back the curtain to reveal the money secrets banks have been hiding from you for decades, and what's changing in 2025 that you absolutely need to know. Let's start with the biggest illusion, the safety of your money. You see a number on your banking app and think, great, my money's just sitting there. Wrong. The moment you deposit it, your money goes on a wild adventure. This is called fractional reserve banking. For every $100 you deposit, the bank might only keep $10 on hand. The other 90? They lend it out to someone else, charging them interest. Then, that person deposits the $90, and the bank lends out most of that too. They are literally creating money out of thin air, all while paying you a tiny, almost insulting interest rate. They're making a fortune using your money, while your savings barely grow. It's the greatest magic trick you've never seen. Now, let's talk about the debt game. Why do you think you're constantly bombarded with credit card offers, car loans, and mortgage deals? Because banks don't love your savings. They adore your debt. Savings are a liability to them. It's money they have to pay you interest on, even if it's just a tiny fraction of a percent. But debt? Debt is their golden goose. When you take out a loan, you're promising to pay them back with interest, sometimes for decades. That's guaranteed income for the bank. In 2025, this credit trap is more sophisticated than ever. They use your data to offer you personalized credit limits that are just high enough to keep you borrowing, but not so high that you'll likely default. They want you in a comfortable, manageable, lifelong cycle of debt. It's a game, and the rules are written to make sure the house always wins. And while you're in that cycle, there's a silent thief at work: inflation. You know how a coffee that cost $3 a few years ago is now $5? That's inflation eroding your purchasing power, and guess who benefits? Banks and central banks. They love a little bit of inflation because it does two things. First, it makes the money you owe them worth less over time, making it easier for you to pay back your loans. Sounds good, right? But here's the catch. It also destroys the value of your savings. The 1% interest your bank gives you is a joke when inflation is running at 3% or more. You're actually losing 2% of your money's value every single year just by leaving it in a standard savings account. It's a hidden tax that punishes savers and rewards borrowers. Of course, they don't stop there. Let's talk about the fees. Oh, the glorious endless fees. Monthly maintenance fees, overdraft fees, ATM fees, wire transfer fees, foreign transaction fees. It's like a financial minefield. And in 2025, it's getting smarter. Banks are now using AI to analyze your spending habits. Notice how that overdraft fee hits at the worst possible moment? It's not always a coincidence. The AI can predict when you're most likely to be low on funds and might not be paying close attention. They're optimizing their fee structure to extract the maximum amount from you without you getting angry enough to leave. It's a personalized, high-tech version of picking your pocket. So what about the future? Digital banking, fintech apps, maybe even central bank digital currencies or CBDCs. It all sounds convenient, right? Tap to pay, instant transfers. But here's the secret. Every single transaction creates a data point. Banks aren't just financial institutions anymore. They're data companies. They know what you buy, where you eat, what you subscribe to, and when you travel. They use this data to sell you more products, more debt. And with CBDCs on the horizon, central governments could have direct access to this transaction data, potentially even programming money to have expiry dates or restrictions on what you can buy. Convenience comes at a cost, and that cost is your privacy and financial autonomy. Then there are the investments. A friendly financial advisor at the bank sits you down and recommends their in-house mutual fund. It sounds safe, it sounds professional. But here's the secret. They often push products that have higher fees for you and generate bigger commissions for them. Not necessarily the ones with the best returns. Where do the banks themselves invest their own massive profits? They're often in complex assets, private equity, and hedge funds, the kind of high-growth opportunities they rarely, if ever, offer to their regular customers. They sell you the slow, steady, fee-heavy products, while they use their own money to play in the big leagues. Okay, that all sounds pretty bleak, doesn't it? But I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to empower you. Knowledge is the first step to financial freedom, so how do you beat the bank's game? First, think outside the traditional bank. Look into credit unions. They are non-profit and owned by their members, which means you. They typically offer better interest rates on savings and lower rates on loans because their goal isn't to maximize profit for shareholders, but to serve their members. Second, become your own banker. This is where the world of decentralized finance, or DeFi, comes in. Now, I know it sounds complex, but the basic idea is simple: using technology to create financial systems that don't rely on a middleman like a bank. You can lend your money directly to others through peer-to-peer platforms or earn much higher yields on your stablecoins than any bank could ever offer. It carries its own risks, and you must do your own research, but the potential to take back control is massive. Third, change your mindset. Stop thinking of your bank as a place to store wealth. Think of it as a temporary holding bay, a transactional account. Your real wealth building should happen elsewhere. Educate yourself about investing in low-cost index funds, real estate, or even your own business. Your goal is to make your money work harder for you than the bank is willing to. Don't let your savings get eaten away by inflation. Turn yourself from a saver into an investor. The system is designed to keep you financially dependent, but it only works if you play by their rules. By understanding how the game is played, you can start making your own. It's not about overthrowing the system overnight. It's about making smarter choices, one at a time, to build a secure and independent financial future for yourself. It begins with asking questions, seeking knowledge, and taking action. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this opened your eyes to what's really happening with your money. If you found this valuable, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that helps you take control of your financial life. Let me know in the comments what money secret surprised you the most. See you in the next video.